Hey, we're Jenny and Rich, and our stowaway is Twitchell the Marina Cat. We've been documenting the refit of our 1977 Toyota 37 Ramble on for the past several years. I don't think there's a single part of this boat that we haven't repaired, replaced, or improved in some way. We're proud to say we've done 99.9% of the work ourselves. We've gained a lot of knowledge and experience in the process, and we're happy to pass that wisdom on. So we're kind of just doing some storage enhancements, I guess. So in my closet, it's a hanging closet and there's a shelf on the back, and then shoes are just in a big chaotic mess on the floor. So I decided to make a little shoe tree. I guess it's a shoe tree, but it could be for anything, out of this material. And it's going to sit on the back wall of my closet. And then I can put, mostly what I was thinking was summer shoes can be here, winter shoes can be on the floor, because I don't have that many shoes. But, well, actually I do have a lot of shoes. Anyway, so what we're gonna do today is I'm going to use just some command strip hooks. We're gonna put some grommets in the top, 3 across the top here. 3 grommets across the top. So that'll be hooked on there. And then I also made just a little plain pocket, and we're gonna hang this in my closet too. It's just gonna be on the side of the wall, just for, you know, maybe it's like scarves, or I have some like gloves and belts, anything like that. You know, just kind of a loose pocket. Maybe my jammies will go in there. So anyway, that's project 1 for today. We got a litany of things that we're working on. Yes.
Like what?
Yes, we do.
All right.
All right. Let's do some grommets. I thought I'd give a brief description of how I made the shoe tree. So this is just one solid piece on the back here, and it's just a light canvas that I got from like Joann's Fabrics. This is also a fabric that I got, which I really like. It's like this mesh fabric. So what I did was I cut this piece. This is all one piece. I cut it twice as long as the length of this. And then you sew the edge down on both sides. And then you sew this part here. You pull it, you know, however deep you want the pocket. You sew each one of these down here. Then, and I did that for all 3 rows. Then I put this binding on here, and what I did was I just folded the edge down to make the bottom of the pocket. You can see how it's folded right there, like that. And then for the last one, I did a binding, the actual binding around the edges, so you can see that. And then I just had to, I did a double hem at the top so that these grommets would have something to bite into. There's also stabilizer on the back, or interfacing, that I did on the back. And then I just made sure to give myself enough space to get the shoe in there. And that's it. It's pretty simple. I didn't do anything to adhere the bottom. It'll just lay flat against the wall. But if you need to, you could always add like a grommet or a snap or something at the bottom. But
What are you working on?
closet storage. I don't know, like, I put it so it'd be like, because the grommet has to have space, right?
Try and get it centered in the hem.
Oh. You're gonna cut that out anyway. Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's roughly it.
Okay.
All right. So installed. Final result here. I love it. Plenty of space. Shoes I wear every day, shoes that won't fit. And then this little storage bag here. There it is. And if you want to get your shoes, you reach back here. They're all kind of put away. Or you reach in there and get them. They all kind of sit there. Everything can breathe.
Below here is Jenny's closet. And she just finished her fancy shoe bag. And while we were up in there, we found some leaks in the stanchion.
Drip, so, actually dripping.
Yeah, it's like the screws were actually drip onto her clothing. So
that's this one, huh?
Yeah, that's this one. Of course, it's not easy because it's, you know,
it's on the cap rail.
Screwed to the cap rail as well. Definitely dry. Everything there where that's bedded is dry. Can you give me that hammer? It's not leaking from here. It's not coming in from the top. These are glassed into the hull. These were never done. These were done from the factory. Glassed in. The only ones that were made out of wood were the ones at the stanchions, at the lifeline gates. I'm using a cut-up credit card to mix the epoxy because all of our mixing sticks melted in the shed. I'm taking this goofy little non-tailer off the staysail and switching it out with this. This was part of the fire salvage. We had a new in the box, brand new, uninstalled Lumar 30. There's an Evo 30 self-tailing winch. It was $700 when we bought it. I looked on Amazon the other day, actually everywhere online. It's about $860 to $870. So this thing's been sitting in my trunk for a couple of weeks now since the fire, and I thought that just was that extra $160 that gave me some motivation to take this thing apart and clean it up as best I could. And actually, mostly it came really clean. So in the shed, it was in the box in its Lumar packaging, and it had it was sitting on a glass table, and underneath it, stuff started catching on fire and burning. And what had happened is it had melted up, and so from the bottom up, so the bearing cages are in good shape.
Yeah, it didn't burn. This didn't burn.
Right. So it had a plastic sleeve. I had to cut this thing off the main shaft to get it, but this thing, it basically just started going bleh and melting downward. The bearing.
Oh yeah, you can see it's all melted right there.
Well, these are the two gear spindle shafts. They had actually started puddling down like this.
So these go on these pegs.
Yeah, so these pegs that hold the gears had little sleeves they ride on also, and those had started puddling downward and melting. So a lot of smoke damage and stuff. The bottom was really just charred up, but it was all just superficial. The metal is not in any way compromised. I think I saved myself $850. But yeah.
So you found a place online?
Found a place online, ordered them from p2marine.com.
For like $40.
About $40 for the 3 parts. I had to find the center shaft for the big main shaft separately, but it was a pain in the ass trying to find the parts for this thing. But I found them and saved $900. So this old variant, it's a different footprint. Obviously, you can see the bolt spacing. This is a lot larger circle. But when all is said and done, pull these greasy things off. This thing will basically sit here like this, and I won't have to modify the actual riser pad that it sits on. So I think we're good to go. Yeah, so when those parts come, they're supposed to be here Monday. I'll finish up this little and get it installed on the boat. Jenny's like, you have to get it installed on the boat.
There's really no reason that it wasn't.
Other than I was fretting taking down the headliner. I hate doing
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so this thing, even the tailing jaws, the spring-loaded.
They were?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so...
So when's the last time you've opened this fully?
Like this far?
Ever, yeah.
A long time.
Since we moved here?
Ooh.
10 years?
Don't judge me.
Judged. This is
My goodness.
a 10-year junk drawer.
Accumulated.
Right? 10 years. This has never been opened.
It's funny, I can reach in here and grab exactly what I need.
No, you can't. You struggle.
I've just got to, like, empty it and then organize it and then put things back.
None of this is mine.
It's boat related, so it is yours.
Look at that. About an hour later,
Was it that long?
and we're not organized. This is just stuff.
Yeah, we just pulled everything out. It's amazing what we found.
It really is.
Little doodads and crap. I mean, there's a lot of washers and stuff and things.
Careful, because there's sharp stuff in there.
Sharp stuff.
Yes.
Ugh. I need a putty knife. It's all this weirdness around here. If you put this on the internet, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Do you think that would stop me?
All right, so where did I put it? Here it is.
What's that from?
I don't remember.
That's my
From my
surprise.
office desk somewhere. I don't know. When I worked at the county,
Where did you find it?
it was stuffed back in a locker, and I dragged it out like weeks and months ago. I forget. It was under here for a while, but yeah.
Let's put some scissors in there. We have 4 pair, but 3 that survived.
Quite a collection of sharp things too.
Yeah. Done.
Yeah, nav station clean.